set up and we will get started. Thanks for popping on with me. Hi everybody, it's Nancy. Hope you're having an awesome day. If it says was live above my head, that means you caught the replay. Just type hashtag replay. That way I can welcome you. Hope you guys are great. We are here for the November craft box reveal, and I am getting set up here so that you guys can see what I'm making. I hope you're having a great day. Keyword today is sled, so type the word sled. Check your messages. This kit is now live on Etsy, so you can grab it there. We are going to start painting. Hope you guys are good. My absolute favorite thing in the world for Christmas or winter is to do sleds. And I have a number of them that I did last year and the year before. And they're on my tree. They're so stinking cute. I'm going to try to raise up my YouTube video just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do one today. I hope you love it. It is, like I said, my most favorite thing to craft ever. My favorite thing to make. My favorite shape, my favorite, like, whatever. You get the gist. You get the gist. I don't need to keep saying it, right? Hello. Hi, everybody. How is it going? Happy November, Lena. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cheryl and Jan and Karen and Amanda. I'm glad you guys are here. Patricia, Karen, thank you. You guys should have gotten messages with the word sled. If you do not, let me know. This is going to be my, take on it. So let's do it. Okay. All right. Go blue, Karen. You better believe that. Hi, Janet. See, I told you I was going to be live. Happy 1st of November, guys. You know we have a new color of the month. We're going to use it today, so don't you worry. I'm going to show it off a little bit. Hi, Mary. How are you? So the first thing we're going to do for this, the base of the sled comes like this, okay? So we're going to have a couple of parts to use. For now, we're going to work with this one. This one is what I want to paint with my espresso stain idea. Okay, so this is the one we're doing. And I like this stain look, but if you like a more painted look, then don't wet your brush. Okay, I wondered why it was dark in here. You know, why I don't have my light on. Let me paint this and I'll turn my light on in the thing. Hi, Donna. I am feeling fine. Same old thing going on. Some days I feel super tired. Some days I don't. Today is a day that I don't. Right now, it's only 1 o'clock, though the day is getting away from me a little bit. So I got up, which I thought was super early. Lena, you like sleds too? Hi, Stephanie, man. Aw, that's so nice. I don't know what I was saying, but anyway, I got up on the later, well, out of bed on the later side. I was doing some work. Computer work is what I was doing. But I got up and I realized I had a hair appointment at 11 and I had to run and it was like 9:20. I wasn't even dressed. So I got to run in a little shorter than I wanted to go. I got some cutting done. I have some orders to do this weekend, so I plan on doing that when we're done. I got some done. I'm working on it, all your orders right now. And then I had to go get my hair cut, but I had to get my hair straight. And you guys, this morning was like the first time it's rained in forever. Curly hair girls and straight hair and rain doesn't all mix here. So anyway, got that done. Isn't this so pretty? Look at how pretty. Let's just take a second. Do we just go on Etsy? You can absolutely just go on Etsy and order. It's the easiest way for me. If you would prefer to order through me, you could do that. You can just message me. But we can do it either way, Cindy, whatever works for you. But you can go grab it on Etsy. It's the easiest way for me to keep track of everything. But you know, if you're my club member or my perks member and you prefer to just order through me, you absolutely can. You just have to send me a message and let me know you want it, okay? Oh, thank you, Jana. Yeah, so I just got a cut. Let's just hit the heart button for this beautiful color. And you guys know, you've been around me enough probably to know by now that I love my blues and browns. So we're doing blues and browns today, but you can choose any color to do your sled. This is just what I want to do, okay? So we are going to do the base of the sled. A lot of this is going to be covered, but this is what it's going to look like. We're going to do this with, thank you, Jan, with Lagoon, okay? And look at, I can see the bottom of my jar, but not, this is called Stir Your Paste Once in a While. I use Lagoon a lot, but I have not taken a second to just stir your paste. You want to stir it. It's going to help keep it from drying on the edges. I, unfortunately, have not stirred mine since I got it, probably. Again, you can use any color you like. Hi, Jessica Hurd. You like the sleigh? I'm so glad. All right, so we're going to paint this. Now, I'm not going to do like the stained effect. I kind of want a more full coverage. So we're just going to paint this. I don't know if, let me see. We'll just hold it like this. And I may end up needing more than one coat, but we'll figure that out as we go. We'll figure this out as we go. This is not the best brush. You guys, I really could use some new foam brushes. I've been using the same ones forever, and they really are not that great quality, so I should just buy new ones. But I haven't, because I never think about it until I'm using them. Hi, Maud. Hi, Pamela McDonald. How are you guys? Happy 1st of November. It says, is there anybody out there that starts decorating their house for Christmas on November 1st? Let me know if you're one of those people. I used to always decorate the Friday after Thanksgiving when we lived in Michigan. And then when we moved to Texas, which is where I live now, if you're new, if you are new to my page, I am from Michigan, but we've lived in North Texas now for like 15 years. So we travel a lot for the holidays because all our family is in Michigan, and my kids now are spread out also now. So now I like to decorate a little earlier because if I'm going to spend the time to put up the tree and decorate the mantle and yada yada, I want to enjoy it longer. So anyway, let me know when you decorate. I don't usually on the 1st, but probably it will be before Thanksgiving this year. Isn't Lagoon so pretty? Oh, I said I was going to turn this light on, and I did not. There we go. Well, this is better for me anyway. Hopefully it looks brighter for you guys. Wow, it was dark in here. Thanks for the hearts. Cindy, no, you decorate on November 1st? Is that what you were saying? Sorry, I missed the comment there. And you know what? I kind of thought about it. But I got too much to do right now, so it ain't happening. But what's going to happen is the next minute that I get with a little bit of downtime, I'm going to end up decorating for Christmas probably. Thanks, Sue. So if you type the word sled, it will give you the direct information for the paste that I'm using, and then the link right under that is the Etsy link. So if you guys want this, you can grab it there. I've been busy cutting the October. You guys loved the interchangeable one. So because of that, technically, I usually pull up my craft boxes. But because you guys love the interchangeables so much and maybe aren't ready for the new seasons, I'm going to leave the base and the October craft box there for you so you can grab, you know, so you can get the different seasons when you're ready. Because there's spring is on there. Like you may not want to paint Easter bunnies right now. And Halloween is there and Halloween is over. So you may not be down for that right now. Okay, we're going to just paint this like this, and then we may give it one more coat, but we're going to set this aside right now. Yes, I have 3 trees. Oh, that's nice. Really nice. I used to have 2 trees. We had, oh, I need to also paint. There's this piece you need to paint also in whatever color your base of your sled is. So this is this little piece that's going to go toward the top. So we're going to paint this in Lagoon also. And I should have grabbed my sticky mats. We'll use paint tape today. How about that? No, Ellen, this is, so every month I have my own craft kit that I reveal around the beginning of the month or sometimes the end of the month we're in. Probably I'm going to start doing it on the 1st or 2nd, make it a little bit easier. This is just my craft kit that I sell on my Etsy site for the month, and it will only be available during this month. Other than the October one, like I said, because it was a little different deal. You're welcome for the next thing of sleep. And you know what, guys, if you're typing the word November, you're getting the wrong link. The key word is sled. Okay, so if you type November already, it's going to be too late. You won't be able to get the sled one. But if you would like sled, go ahead and type sled. And if you don't get a message, I'll message it to you afterwards. That's an old club link, so just ignore it, okay? The trick-or-treaters here. Oh, they trick-or-treat tonight? That's strange. How come they do it tonight? I'm trying to get out what we want to paint. Lena says they trick-or-treat at their house now. Is it just because it's Saturday? Let's see. Hopefully you guys are getting your links. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take these other pieces. And what are we going to do? You have mittens. You have the cuffs to your mittens. And you get a bunch of snowflakes that we're going to paint in white. Let's do that. And you may or may not use all the snowflakes. They just all come with it, so I thought, why not? Okay, and then we're going to need my other one. I bet they'll do it on Saturday next year when Halloween is on Saturday, Lena. I bet that's what they'll do. That's my guess. Okay, we're going to obviously paint our snowflakes in white because what else would we use for snow? We're going to paint these in our bright white chalk paste. All the snowflakes right here on my little tape thing here. And probably the white will need more than one coat. On the MDF is very porous. I don't know if porous is the right word, but I'm using the word porous. And you know what? I think I want the cuffs to also be in the bright white. We're going to do that. You do this however you want. This is just a fun kit that you can create with painting A little painting, a little gluing, and it's going to look cute no matter what colors you use, honestly. It's made to make your life easy. Oh, really? Oh, because of football. Oh, interesting. So like the whole city just says nobody trick or treat on Halloween. Come and go on Saturday? How do they announce that? I've never lived anywhere where it wasn't on Halloween. So I'm curious how they do that. We went to a friend's house last night and we passed out candy in her neighborhood. Either A, I bought way too much candy, which is probably true, or B, she just didn't get a lot of trick-or-treaters. I did go through like a couple bags, but she lives in like in a big sub, so I really thought it would be more. And it was not. All right, we're going to get all our snowflakes white. Like I said, let those dry a little bit. And I'm going to bring these over here, because now I'm not really sure how I want to do this. So let's think about it. We are going to set this aside. And for the mittens, and this is going to be, you're going to get this blob. It looks like a blob, but it is the base for the word Friesen. Okay? So this, let me think. I may still need the white, so we'll set that aside. Okay, I know what we're going to do with the mittens, so we're going to just start there. We are going to use this month's, ooh, that's very bright in the, we're going to use this month's color of the month. It is called Something Borrowed. And the reason I have this beautiful blue color in a little jar is because if you are enroll in the club this month, you will get a pay single. You're going to get 3 pay singles, but one of them is this month's color of the month. So it is called Something Borrowed. It is this beautiful blue color, which works, as it turns out. I did not know this when I created this kit for you, but it is a perfect winter color. So I decided let's use it on our mittens. It is going to look gorgeous. So this is going to give you a good idea what it looks like. And this is how much you get in your club bundle. So the bundle this month, I showed it yesterday on my live. So if you missed that, go check it out. I showed it right at the end. We did one more gingerbread. It wasn't gingerbread, but we did one more of the October clubs. And then at the end, I showed the November club. You're getting black and white paste, but also this beautiful blue color. Beautiful blue. You didn't have one trick-or-treater, Jane, do you live like in a rural area, or do you just live in an older community? Or, you know, sometimes that's just the way it works. Your subdivision or whatever just gets older, nobody moves, and they love it, and then you just kind of phase out of the trick-or-treaters. Like I said, we didn't do candy here, so I'm not sure what ours was like, but okay, isn't this gorgeous, you guys? YouTube is very bright. I don't know how else to make it less bright on YouTube, but up here in Facebook land, you can see how pretty that is. For the base, I didn't think about football. That football rules the world, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to use ash. Now, ash is one of our En Vogue colors. It is a dark gray color. And I think I'm just going to use it for the base of the word Friesen. we're already almost done painting. So this kit is really nice because it does not have, did I just get paste on my face? It does not have a lot of tiny pieces. It's very easy to paint and put together, and really, it's kind of at your own, you know, there's not one way to put it together is what I guess I want to get at. It's more of a, you know, you lay it out the way you like it. I'll show you my way and then you can do it however you want. Okay, let's set these aside to dry. I have so many things to set aside here. And then we're going to pull back this because I guess I am going to do the word freezing. It says it's the season. It's season freezing is what it's freezing season is what it says. So that has it like that. Oh, okay. We're going to paint, actually, I'm going to take this back. We're going to paint the word freezing in our color of the month. Something borrowed. Isn't that perfect for Caitlin for getting married? I thought it was adorable. Something borrowed, something blue. I don't remember what my borrowed and blue things were. I think I had blue in my, we got married on the campus of the University of Michigan is where we got married. I guess it was like just off campus. It wasn't on campus. But it was at a place in Ann Arbor. So I think I probably had blue on my something on me from that. All right, we're going to do this word freezing in blue. But I don't know what my borrowed was. These are things you should write down so you know when you've been married 30 years, you know. Because I don't know. Isn't it so pretty, Donna? So like I said, you'll get this little bit of the color in your club. But if you want a whole jar, the way you get the color of the month, you guys, it's only available for the first 2 weeks of the month or while supplies last. So it may sell out sooner. But the way you earn it is by placing an order on my chalk site of $75 or more before your tax and shipping, and then in your cart is where you'll see, it'll tell you, oh, you're $5 away from being able to buy the color of the month, or, you know, whatever, it'll tell you. Or congratulations, you can purchase the color of the month. You can't search for it, so don't look for it that way. It will be in the cart. Okay. All right, now let's get the season word done. So most of this I'm choosing to paint white. Some people like to do their snowflakes in different colors. You could do gray, I just chose white this time to keep it simple, but do what you like, okay? Do what brings you joy. That's what the crafting is all about. Hi, Lori. Hi, Linda. Linda said, I can't wait until I'm able to get this. I've been in Chalk Club before and I really miss it. Oh, good. Now, you can get this, Linda, without being in the club. This is just my kit. But there is a club kit that is very cute. It's a very cool winter vibe. And I did show it yesterday. But you can grab this anytime. Well, now that it's on my site. Anytime this month. How about that? I love the club. It's the club she's talking about is the Chalk Club. And the club is basically a full project. Guys, it takes all the guesswork out of colors and like what colors to use and what surface and all the things. You just do you. And it really just kind of teaches you about chalking. And then the club bundles are cool You can make so many cool things with them. So that's what the club is all about. Now, if you're a Perks member, where you can shop at 30% off all month long, you can get the club cheaper. Okay, that's how that works. Oh, Mary, I meant to say that. So my original file, the sled was really big. So I did shrink it down to around 17 inches. If you want it bigger or small, it's approximate. I wanted it to fit. It's for shipping. The reason I did this. If you would like it bigger, your shipping will be higher, but you can get it larger for sure. If you want it a little bit smaller, you just have to message me and say, Nancy, can you, and then I will just adjust everything in the file so that it'll still all fit. But basically, I just need to know what size you want your sled. This I envision on your door, so I figured 16 to 17 inches was appropriate for that. Well, let me see if my mittens need another coat. The base of my sled does not. Actually, the mittens are good. This actually did cover pretty well, but I'm going to just give it one more quick coat, because why not? And then we're just going to dry everything and put it together. Wow. Now, I painted all these things with this color of the month. And I still have the majority of my paste left. Okay, so you do a little bit goes a really long way. So you'll be able to create this kit and still really the club if you want it. I love this sled. That is what I was thinking put on my door. Yes, so the sled itself, I'll show you with my ruler, but the base is around 17 inches-ish long. I forget how wide it is. It's not super wide. It's probably less than 11 inches wide. Is it this month's color? Yes, Linda, this is the light blue that I use is this month's color of the month. It's so gorgeous. It's called Something Borrowed. So what I'm going to do is just dry everything up. I might do a little distressing. Kind of thinking I might do that. This paste will dry really fast, so just hitting it with my heat tool for a minute will be fine. Then we can get rid of these ugly tape things. Isn't it so pretty, Lori? Okay, so that's dry. This is dry. See, these are all almost dry already. Got a little piece in here that didn't quite fall out. There we go. Now, if you want this to look like a Christmas sled, you totally can. Paint it red and gold and do all that. I personally didn't, I wanted it to look more winter, so that's why I'm using the blues. Yes, you could do something borrowed on the snowflakes also if you want to. Absolutely. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to do this one more time. Hang on. This, what I should have done is maybe rub the, so sometimes with the cutouts, you get a little burn mark on them. And I probably should have just wiped that off first. But it's peeking through my white and I don't love it on this particular one. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're just going to touch that up just a smidge in a couple spots. Just a couple spots. All right. We'll get all our paste set aside. Let's glue the base on. before, so that has time to cure. So this is what your sled, how it goes together. You're going to take this piece and it's going to sit, this edge is going to sit all the way to the lower rung on here. I don't know if it's a rung, but I'm calling it that, okay? So I believe it sits here. And the way you can map it out is you also want, what do you mean, Janet? Jen? What do you mean, Jen? And then this piece is going to go like this, okay? So you want a little gap here. And then that will help you line this part up. Does that make sense? So you want to put your gap here. Thank you, Lena. I got paint all over my hand, Jen. What do you mean? Okay, so then I'm just going to put a dab of wood glue here. Now, you can use hot glue, but that's not going to be permanent, you know. So I like to use wood glue with these. Just kind of put that in the center. And then this, let's see, where do I want glue? On the outside. We definitely want glue on the outside of these. Oh, I don't know how you saw that little tiny nick. I have a teeny tiny little nick. I don't know. I was doing something yesterday and I banged it. You have eagle eyes, my friend. Eagle eyes. Okay. So I'm going to put some wood glue on each edge. And then I guess I'm going to put a little bit here, here, and then is this piece, and then right up the middle. And probably here and here. I don't really want to see the glue peeking out, but we'll see how this works. Okay, and then you just want to slide it back and forth a little bit till it's a little bit even, okay? It's going to sit inside this thing right here. Okay, and we just, I guess so, Jen. Wow. I guess so. I was running around like a crazy person yesterday. Okay, and then the way, oh, let's see. Before I show you that, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go around the edge. Is this, no, I thought this was, hang on. I'm going to get a rough sandpaper. And distress the edges of this. This is, of course, optional. It's just, I thought it would look good with the brown. So basically, I'm roughing up the paint. And this is just the base of the word Friesen. Okay. It's going to go about there, but we'll see. Ooh, what do you guys think of this so far? This is looking good. Okay, I am loving this. You know, I kind of stress about the colors and going live ahead of time. I'm like, if I do this, you know, as a reel, I can change my mind on the colors so quick. And it's not a big deal. There's less pressure. But I was thinking about this. I'm like, well, how do I want to paint this? And you know me, I have to see it in order to know. I'll hold this up so you guys can see, but look how pretty this looks with the ash. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my goodness. I think that is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, we're just going to set this here because I don't know exactly where it's going to go. Now, we want to work on our mittens. Now there are 2 snowflakes that are exactly the same. You do not have to do it this way, but they're intended to go on the mittens. There are other snowflakes, right? You get all these. So if you want them to be different, make them different, okay? But sanding dust everywhere. But the 2 that are the same, and I'm just explaining it so like when you get your kit, you know, you'll know what to do when you watch this video. So I'm just trying to explain it in that way. You guys, I found these tools on Amazon. They're like, I was looking for an alternative to a paste scraper. They come in a pack of 3. You get, and then you get like 4 packs or something. So I have these 3 tools. And I'm going to take this one, and it's got a super sharp point on it. And I'm just going to go into these score marks. You don't have to do that. You could paint better than I do. Or you can take a marker and just, you know, write on them. But this has got such a nice point on it. I thought, let's get our little lines. These are nice, and they do work for if you do a lot of chalkboard, reusable surface kind of things. This one, well, they all work, but this is the biggest one. This one works great for scraping up your paste off your chalkboard or glass or whatever. Because we used to have, so basically I'm just getting my lines out again. We used to have paste scrapers, but they're out. On Amazon, Aaron, on Amazon. I don't know what they are called. If you want the link, just type scraper, type that, and I'll go into my Amazon and find it. Okay, I have old eyes and I can't see my lines. Okay. I mean, you can, but I'm trying. I painted so thick on these. This was not a good idea, Nancy. And you honestly don't even have to go right in the score marks with this. You could just make lines in your paint wherever you choose. It's kind of how this is working out for me this time. And I will message you with the link. I don't have an Amazon shop, but if you want them, these are the ones I bought. I wanted to test them because I wanted to give them as gifts if you enroll in my Perks program or my club. But I wanted to try them. I know they scrape your paste fine, but I wanted to try all the other. They come with this like curve on one end, little scrapey doos. I don't know. They're fun. All right, so now I've got my lines back in. So the way these are going to line up, make sure you have the right one on the right thing. I'm just trying to see if it matters. Does it matter? I don't know that it really matters, but I'm going to do it this way. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Beverly. Thanks for sprinkling. I'm glad you didn't miss me. All right, I'll send it to you guys. I don't, Lori. Sorry. I used to, and then, I mean, when I first started going live and everything, but honestly, I didn't have the following at the time to support it, so I didn't keep it. I need to do it. That's probably something I need to add to my list of things to do. My ever-growing list. Okay, so we're going to glue this on and glue on the snowflakes. You don't need a lot of glue for these. Are real little, I don't know, little pieces here, I guess. Don't use too much like I'm doing right now. Could use a brush. My brain moves too fast for that. Undiagnosed ADHD mom over here. So this is what we're doing. Just follow along for more tips. Okay, so super cute, right? Should we have distressed my mittens also? Kind of late for that. What do you think? Hi, Donna. Hi, Karen. Karen, welcome to my page. I'm so glad you're here. Tell me if you think I should distress the mittens. I kind of think I should. But we're going to let those dry for a second since I've already glued them together. All right, we'll glue these last but this is where they go. I mean, again, you can do it however you want. The intent is the tie starts up here on this piece and they hang down onto the sled, okay? That's how the intent is. And then the word it's goes kind of to the right. And then you can take a snowflake. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. You're so awesome. Yes, you should. So cute. Does anybody, and then I'm going to put this big one at the top of the sled to the right. I can't decide. Do I want this little tiny, I forget which one I was going to put here. These are not glued on. I'm just making a plan right now. And once I get everything where I want it, then we'll do some gluing. Who wants to FaceTime with me while I put on some change? Jen, what are you talking about? Okay. Let's see. I got a little too much. I got a lot of paint on this. Okay. It's freezing season. This is how it's going to line up. And then what I think I'm going to do, thank you, Vicki. This may or may, again, like I said, you're getting kind of extra. I feel like you're getting more snowflakes than you need. So what you can do is layer them if you want. Ooh, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe layer them. What do you guys think? Should we layer them? This would kind of fit like this. What do I layer those two? Oh, I don't like that there. So see, you just play with it, whatever you like. I may just layer you know what? I'm going to layer these down here. This is how I'm going to do it. You do it the way you like. This is my plan here. This is my plan. So do we decide we want to, thanks Jenny, we are going to distress these? Nobody really, I said Jen did, but. Okay, I recommend that if you want to distress your mittens, do it before you glue everything on. Okay. This is an afterthought. If they come apart, I can always re-glue them, right? I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to notice the distress, but I can see it up close. Like you'll be able to notice it up close. Thanks, Donna. Thank you, Charlene. See, I'm spinning this around because it's not glued. Another thing you can do if you get a lot of paint on the edges, I was using a black marker for a long time and that does work great. And it's actually my favorite way to do it. But if you're like me and your marker is out, take a piece of sandpaper and just go around your edges that way, okay? And you can get off all the paint on the edges that way. And this MDF, it sands very nicely. You don't need to push very hard. So just kind of start light and work your way depending on how much you want to do it. Another thing you can do for your distressing instead of sanding is you could get like an ink pad and dirty up the edges with brown or black ink. That would work also. I just had this handy, so I decided to use this. And I'm just going to get in here a little bit. Okay. Oh, I'm loving these colors. Loving it. You guys, hit the heart button for me. I think this is adorable. Okay, let's glue it. You ready? Can you get it personalized with our last name initial instead of the word it's freezing time? Well, it says it's freezing season. So what you're saying is you want it to say what? Like the Hearties in particular? Thanks for the hearts. I suppose that would have to be an extra charge probably because I would have to create the font and everything. But, you know, I can do anything you guys really want. But if you want the kit like this, it's fine. But if you want something more personalized, then you have to message me, okay? And I'll just do it that way. Hopefully that makes sense, Mary. Okay, I'm going to work with this in the middle. I don't know why I decided to go for this first, but I did. But that would be something I would have to like create. So that would be a different deal. But we can do it. I can do anything. I feel like so powerful. That laser, you guys, it can do so many things. So many cool things that I haven't even touched on yet because I'm teaching 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day. So one day it will be, I will see and know more. Okay, we're getting all this glued on. What do you guys think? Or that, or just the H? Oh, just like a big H in the middle? I mean, that would be pretty simple. That would be pretty simple. Thank you guys for the hearts and all the things. All right, I still need to glue this down. This is pretty quick. Beginning to end, I feel like. Though I really, when I'm crafting, it's like time stops. Do you guys feel that way? And then I look and I'm like, oh, it's 4 o'clock? That's what happens to me. Do I want to move that up just a smidge? No, I guess not. Okay. And then let's get all this. And we'll glue our snowflakes on. Now I am going to give you the rope for this. And I'll give you as much, I'll give you a good amount so you'll be able to tie it the way you like. It's not, the rope is not in the picture on Etsy. I just didn't think to do that. But I will give you that also. And I think even though I've painted this little one, I think I'm going to change that one to blue. So this little one that is layered, I'm going to take a small little brush. Yes, they're the night game tonight. Isn't that blue so pretty? They are the night game tonight, Charlene. So I'm doing traditional tailgate food. So we're having brats. To me, brats are tailgate food. Anybody else feel like that? Anyway, we're doing brats for dinner. And onions and peppers and whatever. Okay, I decided to make this one blue since it is, I need to maybe add a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more glue to the back of that one. Okay, the keyword is sled. Let me just show you the rope that I'm going to use and how I would do it. But I do need to add just a smidge of glue to the back of this. Hang on. Really want that on this one, if you're going to layer it like I did, make sure you get glue on like the prongs of the snowflake, because it's really only touching here. Okay, so definitely use wood glue on that. Okay, you guys, I think this turned out amazing. Amazing. Okay. So cute, right? All right, so what I want to do is use, thank you, Lori, just some jute rope. That hole's awful big. I don't know if I'm going to be able to create. What I'd like to do, now you could just tie it here, but what I was hoping to do was create a knot that was big enough to fill up that hole. So if you want to do that, we probably have to tie it a few times. Or use thicker jute, because that hole is quite large. We'll see if we can do it. Thank you, Vicki. You know, I was asking my friend at work, I'm like, I really need to come up with my November craft box and I want to do winter, but what do you think? I was showing her all these snowmen. And then, you know, we came up with a bunch that we liked or whatever. And then that night, I'm like, I saw sleds and I'm like, oh my gosh, I definitely need a sled because I haven't even done one this year. All right, that one's almost big enough. I'm going to do one more knot. I've probably knotted this, I don't know, you have to watch a replay and find out, but maybe 5 times to make it big enough to do it the way I want to do it. Thank you, Janet. That's going to work. It's going to work. Okay, so then this one needs to be, I'm probably going to give you guys like at least 3 feet so you can adjust it for how long you want your rope. I don't want mine to really be any longer than here. My front door is strange. The way the, we'll do it a little shorter and then I'll be able to tie it. Anyhow, I have like these, I don't know how to describe it, metal rungs, I guess, over my door. This is good. So like I can't make a hook. I have to go like around these, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a weird front door. Maybe I need a new front door for Christmas. So that's 2. Let's see how many knots I did on this because I didn't count, but it was like 5 or 6 probably. 3. You know what I'll probably do is make the hole smaller. That would have been smart to do from the beginning. I'm going to do, I'd say 5 times. So Karen, if you type the word sled and check your messages, there is a link in Messenger that says grab my November craft box here, and it will take you directly to my Etsy site, and you just buy it. You just add it to your cart. Easy cheesy. What do you guys think? Hopefully I can hold this up. How cute! Isn't that adorable? You guys, I need a new door, I think. I think this is the perfect length here. All right, let me show you just the length so you can see. Also, I meant to do that. So this is, let me see. I'm going to give you almost an exact length. The longest length is ish 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, just shy of 17 inches. Just shy. That's so pretty. All right, guys, I hope you love my November craft box. I love it. You know what I might do, actually, while we're here? Is I may do a little, distressing on the blue part. What do you guys think? Since we did the other part, why not? That's making it perfect. I'm noticing it going, ooh, let's do this. Do this first. If you decide you want to distress it, do your distressing before you glue it all together. This is a what not to do moment. But, you know, you can always do it. You can always make it work. Right in here. Sorry guys, this is like, oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do this. Let's add a little distressing to everything. All right, now I think I love it. Now I love it even more. Okay, sorry, I'm blowing dust at everybody. All right, now we got it perfect. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Type the word sled, check your messages, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. All right, bye, YouTube friends.